What is your life mission? That is a common question, and often we hear persons say, find what you're passionate about and keep doing that. But what do you do when life happens and things don't work out the way you intended? As Muslims, we have a powerful example in the life of Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him. Before the first revelation and up to that point, he was on a leadership track, and that is something we don't often hear about. He had already earned the reputation for being a Siddiq, truthful. He had grown up under the care of the leaders of Makkah, his grandfather Abdul Muttalib and then his uncle Abu Talib. As a young adult at 23, he shone as an employee and was eventually proposed to by Bibi Khadija, and he married her. By the age of 35, he had 5 children, 4 daughters, and his son Qasim, who had died 9 years previously. Also at that age, he was approached to solve, and did solve, a major issue affecting the tribes of Makkah with the placing of the black stone at the Kaaba. He proposed a solution that all the tribes accepted. So he was on a leadership track, well respected by his peers, and set to achieve a lot on the trajectory that he was on. At age 40, everything changed. Alone in a cave, he received revelation and the command to preach a message that would upset his entire society. He had no army, no evidence to support his claims, no leverage, just faith. He didn't choose his mission, it was given to him. Even Arabia at that time was in the shadow of 2 great civilizations to the north. You had the Romans in Byzantine northwest and the Persians in the northeast. The decade that followed the first revelation was characterized by intense hardship and loss. His son was born and died a year or 2 later. His followers were persecuted. Some had to migrate to Abyssinia. He lost his status. He was mocked, attacked, and even stoned. He lost his uncle and then his wife, and he was left with 4 children, the oldest being 11 years old at the time and the youngest being about 4. And it was at that lowest point in his mission he was taken to Miraj, the highest of heights that anyone could aspire to. But even that was a test and a trial. He had no success to show in his mission, no visible sign of God's favor as far as society was concerned, and yet he was saying that he was taken to heaven and met with God himself. At that point, even some of his followers had abandoned him, saying this is too much. This is pushing the boundaries a bit too far. At the age of 52, he had to migrate, leaving behind the society that he grew up in and his family for all intents and purposes. But he did. And in the next 11 years, he withstood military advances. He buried some of his children, 3 of his daughters, in addition to another son. He negotiated successfully and eventually conquered Makkah with grace and with mercy. It wasn't about ego or revenge for him. It was about his mission and absolute faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Most of us won't face such extreme tests in our lives. The lesson is this: your mission isn't always about your perfect plan. Sometimes it's about how you respond to the unexpected cards that you're dealt. The advice would be to find purpose in your circumstances. It may be a lesson to help you grow. It may be a test to prove that you are ready to move to the next level. In any event, the essence of it is to use what you have, do what you can, persevere and be patient, and have absolute faith that Almighty Allah has a plan for you and He will not let you down. It is only in this way that you could be at absolute peace regardless of the circumstances you face. Your legacy might well be your resilience, or it could be setting the stage for contribution beyond that which you could ever imagine. May Almighty Allah shower His peace and blessings on His Prophet and Messenger Muhammad Mustafa, peace be on him, and may He guide us to know and pursue our missions for His pleasure with grace and being stronger in faith.